Welcome to the Bookers Alliance podcast, where we hold the pencil and the pencil is power. Coming at you right now is your host, Marky Mark, along with the man, the myth, the legend, Frank Donaldson. Join us as we discuss the ever-changing landscape of professional wrestling. So hang on tight, you jabronis, and enjoy the ride. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining today's episode of the Bookers Alliance podcast. Come on inside the house, bring yourself up a ringside seat, get your soda, your popcorn, your whiskey, get everything you need because today is just a shit show. Here we go.
I was going to say, give me a notebook because I have no idea what we're talking about today. As far as I know, it's wrestling, right?
Yep. No.
All right. Well, then we're going to start there. We're talking about wrestling.
No episode title needed. Flying by the seat of our pants. Don't know what we're getting into, but damn it, here we go.
Okay. Well, lead them up. Who's the sponsor this week? Let's start there. Let's at least stick to the format, right? Let's stick to the we don't know what we're going to fill with the body of it, but at least let's stick to the outline here.
So let's talk about it. Got Maker's Mark, North Carolina edition.
All right, hometown.
North Carolina.
Come on and raise up. Take your shirt off. No, we got to leave
Petey Pablo. Yeah, we're good.
It's winter. We ain't got a summer tan.
And they call it for ice.
We're damn near dealing with snow and ice this weekend. So yeah, we're gonna leave a jackets on, leave a shirts on.
And so we got Maker's Mark, North Carolina edition. Let's cheers to the state of North Carolina, sir.
All right.
Ooh, very sweet.
Yeah,
very sweet. I taste the pecan. I can taste the pecan in there.
Yeah, I definitely taste that, but I did the sweet. It definitely it's got the smoky flavor. I can
spice.
Yeah, the spice. I mean, I can get some of that in there, but yeah, no, it definitely goes down smooth. Mm-hmm. No back kick. No cough.
All right. North Carolina versus Chicago. Pecan. How do you say the word?
Pecan.
No.
Yeah, it's a long A, sir. Nope. It's a long hard A. It's a pecan.
Pecan.
No, he cannot. He cannot say pecan.
My wife always tells me, "What can you peeing in?"
Exactly. Yeah, right. He cannot because we cannot just say.
So say your way again.
Pecan.
Pecan.
Okay.
Pecan.
Yeah, it's a pecan.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
Pecan.
The short E, long A. You're calling it long E, short A. Pecan.
You know, we get chocolate pecans too.
Yeah. Now, good God, that's a nightmare. Chocolate pecan. No, damn, I can't even say it that way. Pecan. Say it again. Hold on. Hell, I got to hear it now.
Chocolate pecan.
Pecan.
Yeah, pecan.
Chocolate pecan.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, okay.
Told y'all this episode's off the rails.
That's about 8 letters that you use to sum up both of those words. Holy hell.
That's what we're
all right, yeah. No, I need you to accentuate every vowel, every
all right, let's accentuate this. Saturday night's main event.
You almost sounded like Lord Alfred Hayes with that there. I had a flashback immediately as I heard it when you led in. I was like, Lord? Alfred Hayes? Good Lord. Saturday night's main event, Vince.
I like it. All right, Saturday night main event. Y'all don't know it's coming up. It's right around the corner.
I hope somebody knows. Yeah, we just found out today.
We just found out.
Yeah, we were loaded up like we were talking about when we're going to, when we're going to SmackDown in Charlotte in a couple of weeks. Royal Rumble coming up, and then all of a sudden we went to go look at our notes. Producer said, "Well, when are you guys going to talk about Saturday night's main event?" And I was like, "Well, hell, when is it?" And he was like, "Saturday." Then the key word in what I just said is Saturday. And I said, "All right, what's Saturday?" And he said, "The next Saturday." I said, "Well, hell, guess we're talking about that today." So yeah, we threw all the notes in the garbage, and now we're flying by the seat of our pants.
All right, so let's talk about the women's tag title match that's on the line here between Rhea and Io Sky versus Liv and Roxanne.
So the Kabuki Warriors are the champs, right?
No.
Holy hell, I'm behind. All right, so no, I'm kidding. I know this. So
Rio,
I know.
Rio
is the champs. Yeah, not Rio from AEW though.
No, she's too little.
That's Riho.
That's Riho.
But yeah, this is
not Riho.
Exactly. This is RHIO
and not
IYO
and not Ricola, like Ricola, not that
either. Definitely not that. No, we got Rio, not Riho, but Rio. Against who are they? Who are they running? Judgment Day.
Liv and Roxanne.
Liv and Roxanne. I like that team actually. So definitely ain't hard on the eyes. That's for sure. You ain't gonna get me to turn the channel when them 4 come out there. That's a start.
So we got that coming up. So Rhea and Io Sky, the newly crowned tag team champions, I think they might have had one defense against the Kabuki Warriors, and they retain. Going up against Liv and Roxanne, do we see the title changing hands at all?
Seems like way too soon, right? I mean, Rhea and Io just got the titles last week, but has everybody been placeholdered since Liv went out with her injury, a year ago? I don't know. This is kind of a toss.
She's got a point, though. She never lost the tag team championship.
That's what I mean. Everybody else has basically been placeholder because when Liv left, when she got injured, I mean, she had a stronghold on the women's tag division.
Right.
She's the most decorated women's tag champ of all time. So, I mean, she's got a hell of a claim to be going after now. When she was winning before, she was winning with Raquel and, she won with Rhea. I don't know if her and I done lost her name. What's her name?
Io?
No, Raquel's tag team partner, the girl.
Liv and Roxanne?
Roxanne, yeah. Damn, I kept thinking of Angel for some reason. I was completely gone in my mind there. But with who is it? So yeah, Roxanne and Liv. I don't necessarily know if those two are going to be the team that could defeat Rhea and Io, but if anybody could, I mean, I feel like they want to get Liv associated to those titles again, if at all possible.
I think they might change hands. I really do. I think we got a good chance to see the titles change hands.
I think we're flip-flopping the titles that quick.
I do.
I mean, we're hot potatoing them things lately, ain't we? Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's the way the booking is going here lately behind the scenes. I think the long-term storytelling, we're not going to build that until we get past the Rumble going into Mania.
Okay.
So I think they're going to try to get these titles on who they want them on heading into Mania. So who is the right people to go up against Liv and Roxanne? Your tag team of Alexa and Charlotte.
So
I think that'll be your Mania, and I think Rhea and Io are going to break ranks and go back into singles title chases.
Gotcha. So, and that's why I was hesitant to say whether or not the titles change hands, because I think that's going to happen on the other show. I actually think Alexa and Charlotte are going to break before Mania, and I think those two are going to go into Mania wrestling each other. But what I'm afraid of is kind of what we alluded to last week on the show of the two things starting to mirror each other. So I don't want Rhea and Io to do the exact same thing that I want Charlotte and Alexa to do on the other channel. Gotcha. I don't need to see, I get it. We got one booking team and we saw that booking team on Unreal. So now I understand why it's, the triple K era in WWE, but that's neither here nor there. We'll
wait. Does Road Dogg count though?
Hell no. So as you see, whenever they exclude somebody, whenever somebody's ideas seem to get shot down first,
it's always Road Dogg.
Yeah, that's because he's probably the closest link to any melanin in that writing group right now, but that's neither here nor there. And we talked about it last week, and I think now it's starting to show itself again, right? You're looking at Rhea and Io, and you're thinking eventually those two are going to split, and we know what kind of chemistry they have working against each other, so we definitely want to see that again.
Right.
But I feel like Charlotte and Alexa were only ever put together to face each other at a Mania, right? I don't want to see the same story happen on both channels. I'm leaning more towards Charlotte and Alexa because they're already leaning into they're planting the seeds of doubt already with Charlotte was sick last week and Alexa took a loss and they had a little tit-a-tat about that. So I feel like they planted that seed already, to whereas Io and Rio, I mean, they look like bed buddies over on the other channel, literally, figuratively, and nothing in between.
Yeah, so Io was very affectionate.
Exactly. I don't see them ready to break up, to whereas I do see Charlotte and Alexa ready to break up. So I think they can only do it with one, and I think they're going to do it on the SmackDown side.
Let's talk about another SmackDown side match that's slated for this event.
This Saturday night's main event is a SmackDown main event, isn't it?
Yeah.
Holy hell.
So let's talk about Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu.
More SmackDown people.
All
right.
So obviously Jacob and Cody got some beef right now because of the cage match, or the 3 stages of hell match, the way that he interfered in that costed Cody the title. Cody wants his pound of flesh to get back at Jacob for that. I do not see this faring well for Cody for some reason.
So
I see Jacob kind of coming out on the top side for this one.
You think Cody's losing twice?
I don't think he's going to lose. I don't think it's also going to be a clean pin either. I think there's going to be a very nasty finish somewhere in here.
Yeah, I think there's going to be schmozz after schmozz after schmozz in that match, because I definitely don't see Cody taking a second loss, because I mean, hell, he just dropped a fall, in the title match. He ain't losing twice. I mean, not in the Triple H era of booking is Cody gonna lose twice in a row. But you don't bring Jacob back, after that long hiatus with the plans that they had for him before, and make him lose either, right?
I don't like this being a straight up wrestling match either. I feel like Jacob versus Cody needed some type of a stipulation. Because to me, I mean, I'm sorry. Cody can do a straight shoot wrestling match. Jacob Fatu's not the dance partner for that, though.
No,
I mean,
they ain't gonna be catch as catch can out there.
No, so to me, there needed to be like a stipulation to this match, like a falls count anywhere, or a no DQ, or a weapons
that probably
match.
Helps it. I mean,
yeah, but
at this point now, they take the liberties of the ref gets bumped, and I mean, they battle through the whole arena while the ref's out. So I think they can get away with whatever they need to with a simple ref bump, but. The same as like you said, definitely there's no way there's going to be a straight pinfall in there. I feel like Drew's getting involved with that in some way or another, and I feel like it's probably going to lead into a Royal Rumble title defense, probably a triple threat.
So you think Drew's going to get involved?
I feel like Drew's going to, because I mean, Drew was involved already. It was Cody and Drew in the original, and Jacob found his way into it. Well, then Cody and Drew were coming back, and Jacob found his way into that. Then Jacob came out, and Cody found his way into
it. You think we're building to a triple threat?
The three of those guys are just too intertwined right now, and there is no way to get one of them out without the other. I don't feel like one's going to win and go on to main event the Royal Rumble against Drew without the other. I feel like they're going to end up in a triple threat.
So here's what I think is going to happen. Unfortunately, I think Drew is not going to get involved because Drew has got other things that we're going to talk about here in a minute. I do think that somebody is going to get involved, and this is the unfortunate turn. It's going to be putting Jacob probably back into a storyline that was going on previously and was going nowhere. I don't think it's going to be Drew that interferes with Cody and Jacob. I think it's going to be Solo, unfortunately.
Who?
Solo.
Solo's wrapped up with Wyatt Six right now. He's got no need to get involved with Jacob Fatu.
I think Drew is going to have his hands full. I don't think it's going to
with who? So you alluded to the Drew thing. You got to talk to me about it because I don't know anything about what Drew's got going on short of Cody and Jacob.
That's the other match. It's happening on Saturday night's main event. We got to talk about four-way dance for the number one contendership for the WWE Championship, which Drew is currently holding.
Okay.
Drew is currently holding that belt.
Okay. Now that we're both on the same page,
now. Drew is holding that belt.
A little bit before we pressed record, we were doing the notes for the updated show.
Yeah, I'm still on the Cody train.
Yeah, and my buddy over here was like, "So who's going after Cody's title this weekend?" And I'm like, I was like, wait a minute, have I missed the last 3 weeks? I didn't know which one of us was wrong. I'm like,
sorry,
hold on.
Sorry, Drew.
One of us is on the wrong page here, but damn.
Sorry, Drew. Completely forgot that you won the title.
Yeah, I mean, hell, that's awful. Considering we did a whole show on it last week, that's horrible. I need everybody to go back in the archives and re-listen to last week's show to make sure that we did the right show.
we talked about Drew.
Cody's title all last week either. I need y'all to go listen and check on that.
So, got a four-way dance for the number one contendership. Got Randy Orton versus Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn versus Damian Priest.
Okay. That's a hodgepodge mix of talent there.
So
got one brand new rookie and 3 veterans at different levels of their career.
Out of those 4, who's you pick? Who we taking?
Damn, we need more conversation than that. Again, that's a hodgepodge pack. I mean, to be completely honest, I would probably lean on like Randy, just because, Randy and Drew is a really, really safe bet to headline a pay-per-view.
Now there's the key word. Safe bet.
Yeah, they're the safe bet. I mean, they've worked together before. They've got history. We know what we're going to get out of those 2 wrestling, right?
Yep.
No way. God knows, I hope we don't get that. In all honesty, I would rather see, if any, out of the names we got listed, clearly I'd rather see Trick, but I mean, Triple H ain't going to let him win. So we don't need
lemon pepper steppers.
Right. We don't need to go down that road yet. We don't need to start jobbing Trick his first week in.
Yeah, we can't do that.
But in reality, I believe it's probably going to be Damian. I mean, because we've seen Damian work with Drew before, but we didn't really get in depth with it. We didn't get to explore that as far as we wanted to because, we realized we weren't going with Damian as your long-term champion, right?
I think this match is custom built for Sami Zayn.
Yeah. I figured that's the way you were leaning.
Here are the two reasons.
I cannot get it. I cannot fathom it into my head.
So here are the two reasons. Here are the two reasons. Number one, Saturday Night Main Event is emanating from Montreal.
Yeah, so he'll be the hometown favorite.
Hometown favorite.
We're going to talk about this hometown favorite thing in a little bit.
So he's going to be the hometown favorite in that match, and then the winner is the number one contender who gets the championship match versus Drew in Riyadh.
Yeah, well, he's not the hometown favorite.
He's not the hometown favorite, but there are some very personal ties to Sammy in that area. Look, all things aside and not trying to politic in any way, shape, or form, but the fact that Sammy is even over there wrestling is a story within itself. It's true. It's amazing.
But much like other things, we've explored that story already, so I don't think we can retell that story again by him getting his world title.
I don't think he wins. By no means. Well, yeah, definitely. I don't think he wins.
If we start hot potato that title around too, then hell, at that point I throw my hands up and we stop predicting and we just call it one.
I don't think, look, Drew and Randy, to me, it's not interesting for me. Drew and Randy's not interesting.
Yeah. It's the safest.
It's too safe, right?
Yeah, it's because you got your champion and you got your strongest contender.
Trick is interesting as hell, but it ain't the right time.
No, because we know what's coming out of that.
Yeah, he's going to.
We don't need him
to
just go over there and job.
Yeah.
You know, that's a given job. The minute you announce the match, everybody and their brother knows he ain't winning. So
Damian and Drew, we've already seen a blow off match between them two. Why would I want to see that again?
So because the reason I like it is we didn't have stakes when we had it. It was just a blow off match. Now we got stakes. Now we've got, we're moving into that next level, and there's a title involved now. Now I'm a little bit more interested, but that's just me.
Yeah, we didn't have stakes. We had chicken.
Yeah,
that joke fell flat, so I thought I had to do it again.
Okay, well, I still don't get it, so I'm just gonna let it lay there. But we do. But it is what it is. If you guys got it, send us hit me on the social media. Tell me where I missed it at.
It was a white people joke.
Yeah, of course. Well, clearly, and now I completely understand why I didn't get it. So I'm all the way in the dark on that one. Me and Trick did not. Me, Trick, and Damian.
Y'all didn't get it at all.
No, we didn't get
it. The Puerto Rican didn't even get it.
No, he didn't get it. Too much melanin in that.
Oh my God!
He had too much seasoning on his chicken.
Too much seasoning on there.
Yeah, I totally missed it. But I'll let you do it again if you need to. Set it up one more time. So I'll say, we got steaks involved in this match, so we're looking for that.
Yeah, we didn't have steaks. We had chicken.
Okay, third time's a charm. But I actually got a reason to want for Damian to want to win now because but Sammy, so there's no story. I like him and Drew. I don't like the way they match up together.
Right.
I do see the whole hometown thing, but when we get into the Finn Balor match that we saw on Raw this past weekend, we're definitely gonna lead into this hometown thing. And I think that's a detriment to Sammy's thing because Drew already did the hometown win. And again, we know there's no way Sammy's gonna win the title in Riyadh. I mean, no way.
But speaking of hometown, notice Saturday night's main event. There's only 3 matches on the card.
Yeah,
and it is
gonna be an interesting event.
It is emanating from Montreal.
Yeah. So how are we feeling 2 hours with 3 matches?
There is going to be potentially a surprise appearance.
Jesse the Body Ventura.
No, he's already been there.
Yeah, but this is a surprise if he's in Montreal.
Maybe Tito Santana.
Chico. I would love to see Chico Santana back for a Saturday night's main event. That would be wonderful. Coco Beware.
That would be great.
I'd love to see
the Birdman.
Absolute $1 Million Man. Oh, wait, $1 Million Man did. He did some fraud over in Mississippi. Okay, yeah, probably not his
son. That was his son.
Yeah, that was his son. Yeah,
guilty by association.
Dad didn't know nothing about it. Both his sons were involved, but Dad didn't know nothing about it. Oh, okay.
No, there is some suspicion that since we're only 3 matches on the card and we're emanating from Canada, we could potentially hear "Break the Walls Down." You can hear some Chris Jericho.
We're back on the Jericho train again.
On the Jericho train.
Holy hell!
It's all speculation. It's all good.
I thought he was still on the AEW roster. Ain't that
still is?
His name's still up there. Well, that means he's AEW talent. Yeah. And I can't say anything different because hell, I ain't watched AEW in 6-7 months now, so I don't know if he's on the roster or not.
6-7.
Yeah, that's why I went with those numbers. I figured somebody in the crowd would hear it.
Somebody hit it.
They're over there doing it right now.
6-7.
Yeah. He referenced us. He knows.
Yeah, he is still on the AEW wrestler. But I, with you, have not watched AEW. Well, no, I take that back. I did watch their last pay-per-view.
Yeah, you did. You know exactly what's going on in AEW. No, I don't even know who's over there no more.
I don't even remember one. Oh, well, I do remember one match out there. I mean, MJF's the champ. That I do remember.
There you go.
I remember that much.
Champ of what?
Who knows?
Oh, man. Moving on.
Moving on. So could we see Jericho potentially? Would it be a cool, awesome experience Saturday night's main event to see Jericho? Yeah,
that would definitely put some eyes on the Peacock network. There, everybody, I could hear Jericho wander out there and tell everybody to take their peacocks out.
Peacocks out.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time.
Yep, that was had. That's what happened.
I mean, hey, so if you only got 3 matches, I mean that 4-way can't go an hour. Let's be honest, that 4-way ain't going an hour.
No,
and the women ain't going an hour. So
the only thing that can happen is, we release it on Friday morning. If SmackDown Friday night has a match added to the card, that could happen. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
There's a lot of opportunity, but being in Canada, that would be a great place to bring Jericho back if you're intended to do it. It's either going to be there or the Rumble, and we already talked about. There's no way you're going to do a surprise entrance in the Rumble like Chris Jericho without pre-knowledge of it. You're not sneaking him into the country. You can do a lot of feats, but you ain't sneaking a man into the board, and nobody's gonna see it and report on it. That's just not gonna happen.
Let's talk about, since we mentioned the word return and we mentioned the word surprise. Let's talk about Finn Balor's match against CM Punk. Because we had a return of the Prince.
Yeah,
we had a return of the old Finn Balor.
So
old entrance music and everything.
And that's what I wanted to leave. Finn was in his hometown. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of scuttlebutt, like we like to talk about here on the interwebs, that Finn Balor should have won that title in front of his hometown. They were saying he was primed and ready to win it. Now, I disagree with those people, and I need them to hear that. That's why I'm bringing it up right now. Is you don't do the exact same thing with Finn Balor that you just did with Drew McIntyre 2 weeks ago, right?
Right.
There's no way you're going to pull that off and sell it on everybody gets to win in their hometown now. They're winning the world title there.
I think that title that Punk is holding is not going to change hands until after Mania. I think they've already got Punk's Mania opponent.
Yeah, absolutely not.
And that story is not going to change. So,
if they find a way to change that, I think it would be injury based only. And God forbid we have another one of the injuries on that title before we call that title like the Madden cover.
Yeah, don't grit that title.
Yeah, right. If we get another injury on that title, then hell, we're just tapping that title out. Give it back to Roman. Let him combine the two of them again.
So, with everything going on with Finn and the Judgment Day and the questions about is he a right fit anymore for that group? So that match with CM Punk told me quite a few things about where they may be going with Finn Balor.
Okay.
I do believe his days with the Judgment Day are numbered. I do believe they're going to pull him out of that faction.
Holy hell.
I do believe you're going to see
breaking news here. I didn't expect this.
I do believe you're going to see a face turn with Finn.
Holy hell. You think the Judgment Day is turning on him?
I do. I believe.
So if Finn leaves the Judgment Day, isn't it just a women's group?
Well, I think there's somebody that's been out who will return, who will turn on Finn.
Uh-oh. Who's that gonna be?
I think JD.
JD's been out for a while.
So I think.
What about Dirty Dom Mysterio?
I think possibly that too. But I think we've always seen in the past. Think about what they showed on Unreal. Think about what they showed with Becky and Lyra, right? Yeah. Think about what they showed with, or what they've done in the past with.
We're not going to talk about Unreal on here.
No. Okay. Let's think about what they did with Cody Cena, right? Okay. It's always the mentor and the mentee. Yeah. Right. So we've known since day one, JD McDonough was Finn Balor's mentee, right? Heir apparent, right? They've not put them against each other yet.
Yeah.
So I think that's coming.
Okay.
But in order to make that happen, Finn's got to be face.
I can see that.
JD not going to carry the face.
No, he's definitely not a likable face.
Right. He's not going to carry the face. Absolutely not. He got to be enough bobblehead to carry the face, but he's not a good.
Yeah, he can definitely be he's a living bobblehead, so it definitely works that he should have his
JD,
own.
we love you, man. Look, dude, but you went through some shit. Trust me, we love you, brother. You took some hell of a bumps.
Man, that cranium, holy hell. If he ever headbutted me, I just tap out right then. That'd be the end of the match.
But as far as Finn, I think he's turning face. I think that whole thing at the end there with Finn and Punk, where Punk was kind of showing him a sign of respect, I think it was just the beginning with the old music returning. I think you're going to see the seeds of
lean back into.
Yeah, we're going to see the seeds of doubt, and I think eventually he'll be a face again.
Well, like you said about after watching Unreal, we do know for a fact that they like to try some stuff. Let's see what reaction we get. Let's put it out there. Let's see what happens. I mean, he got obviously now again Finn's in front of his hometown crowd. He's going to get the warmest reception known to man. They had to know that going in, so that's why they want to lean into it. Like, you're not going to get a heel, you're not going to get a heel reception for Finn Balor in front of his hometown crowd. But when you get that big of a face reaction, and you're starting to see, again, the loud minority amongst the internet talking about, hey, we missed that Finn and we want to see that Finn again, you got to start listening at some point, because, I mean, a lot of people have missed that Finn, and we have wasted quite a few good years of his career with, hanging around in groups and tag teaming and whatnot. Finn's still young. He's still got enough time to have a hell of a good singles run. No better time than now to cash it in, especially considering we're going to be losing kind of a Finn Balor mentor somewhere down the road, coming up here in the next segment. So
I think you're getting ready to see Finn in the Rumble as far as he's going to make it to the last few. You might see the crowd rally behind him there. I think you're going to see Finn in the Elimination Chamber. I think he might be in that. Unfortunately, I don't, and this is where I hate it. They're bottleneck again. There's too many people at the top to put Finn back in that title picture
every week. Yeah. At this point now, because we found our mid carders, we've got our guys that we're ready to see elevated. It's just hard. I mean,
I wouldn't mind seeing Finn versus Dom for that Intercontinental belt eventually, but at the same time, I hate the fact that Finn had that, that Universal title moment taken from him.
Yeah.
And that's as close as he got.
And hell, that was 10 years.
On the main roster.
I mean, it's hard to believe, but that was 10 years ago. I mean, that happened in 2016 when all that transpired.
I do see him.
Finn's never elevated back to that level again, and he was ready 10 years ago. It's hard to say he hasn't been ready for those 10 years, but that's a long time to wait in between opportunities.
I do see him potentially having one last hurrah within these next few big, events.
Okay.
And then I do see him probably going down to AAA and then living out the rest of his career there, because his wife is also down there as far as an announcer.
Yeah. I know she's working down there, and I mean, obviously, he, and that's just, I guess that
Finn's been in the game for a long time, though.
He definitely has, but
that is the creator of the Bullet Club.
So, and that's true too, but I mean, he created it, but it didn't really get elevated to the point of, worldwide status until AJ Styles got there, right?
AJ and Kenny.
So, and that's where, and then Cody a little bit later, things like that. That's where it started to become world renowned. And of course, that's what I was alluding to before, with AJ being on the way out, we'll get there, but with him being on the way out, I feel like that spot's going to be wide open. And there's nobody on the roster better to fill that spot than Finn Balor.
Yeah.
I mean, for what AJ brings to the table, Finn can do in multitudes, and he's 10 years younger than AJ. He can still, I don't know if he's 10, but he's damn younger. Well, he could definitely fill that role that AJ fills.
Well, let's talk about that match real quick between him and Punk.
Okay.
Is that a match you would like to see again?
Yeah.
I mean, that to me, that was a great
match. Towards the end of it, I was...
Them dudes were going at it like Cena AJ.
I was 99% sure going into it that Punk was coming out the champion, right? I was like, okay, there's no way. By the time the end of the match came, I was probably 60-40 on who I would have liked to see come out of it.
Right.
And only 60-40 because I knew that there's something bigger that they've already concocted with Punk, and I want to see it play itself out. Giving the title to Finn Balor right now would be a hell of a, monkey wrench in the plans, because Finn's got no angles going. He's got really nothing happening right now short of whatever he's doing with Judgment Day, which is, neither here nor there lately. So you can't put the title on him and then thrust him into the world championship picture at that moment. But hell, at the end, by the time that match was over, I'd forgotten about storylines and forgotten about I just wanted to see the match come to a great end.
Yep.
And there were many different opportunities where I thought Balor could have pulled it out, and I would have been excited to see it. Like I said, be damned where we go from there, but in the moment, I would have popped for Finn Balor to win that title.
It was a great match. Both competitors were back and forth. like you said, I was pretty certain at the beginning of the match who I thought was going to take it, and then towards the end, I was like, damn, I don't know who's going to take this thing.
Yeah.
But, did the right person win? Yeah, in the overall grand scheme of things with Punk heading to Mania, yeah, the right person won.
That's what I'm saying. In that moment, though.
It's just unfortunate. I don't think Finn's going to get back to the top. I don't. Not anytime soon.
It's just a bottleneck up there. And I mean, you've got... Hell, we're doing all this conversation. We've had all this conversation, let's say, for the last month about the road to WrestleMania, where we're going, where we're headed, and all that. And we still haven't found a solid place for Roman Reigns in any of that conversation.
No.
And that's where the bottleneck starts.
That's where it starts because he's hanging around and ain't no title over his shoulder.
Right. No title's been over his shoulder for a couple of years
now. And it don't feel right.
No.
It don't feel right.
Wrestling hasn't felt right since he hasn't been the champion.
As a Cody crybaby, I'm going to go on record saying that. It don't feel right without Roman having a belt over his shoulder.
I mean, hell, even when we're putting these shows together, when Roman was the champion, we had no problem with putting the show together because we knew weeks in advance when Roman was wrestling again, and we were geared up to talk about it. We knew when his title was going to be defended. We knew every time he was going to be on TV.
Yep.
Now, with the two separate champions, it's kind of hit or miss. Like, one's here, one's there, one's in, one's out. Neither one of them are wrestling on Saturday night's main event coming up here. So it's what the hell are we doing with this?
I think, and this is a sidebar conversation, I think with Roman hit that status level, and I don't think we knew it, but I don't think anybody, and it's funny, I'm going to say this, I don't think anybody acknowledged it until he was gone. Like, he hit that status level of a Hulk Hogan, of a John Cena.
Yeah.
And you don't know what you got until it's gone.
Yeah.
And now that he's gone, you're like, damn, I miss him.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know how far back you would remember this, but it's kind of like when Hogan had that 4-year run and then he didn't have the title for a year. Macho Man was the champion for a year. Well, Hogan and Macho Man were partnered together, so you were into that, but the title kind of took a back seat because Hogan was around a lot.
Right.
Like he didn't just disappear. And we didn't have TV every week. I mean, you were watching Saturday morning where you never saw your titles, but every pay-per-view, every Saturday night's main event back then, Hogan was there. So the title was there, but Hogan was right next to it. So even though he wasn't the champion, they still partnered together. Well, now because so much product and so much TV and all that, the titles are there, but Roman's never near it. And that, I don't know, it just does, it kind of brought it down a notch.
Don't feel right.
Yeah, it's not that extra special thing. But I mean, when you're talking at the top of the bottleneck, he's still there. He's still the plug at the top. He's the bottle cap on top of the bottleneck because when he's gone, anybody could ascend up, but yet then it just gets jumbled up.
When he comes back, it goes back to the way
it goes back to normal. He's at the top, and then everybody else kind of falls in line behind where he's at.
Yep.
The problem is that's here and that's few and far between now. It's here and there where he's around. So when he's gone, you got, let's say, 6, 7 other guys trying to become that next guy. And I mean, they handpicked Cody to do it, but while Cody was doing it, you got Punk doing it. You got LA Knight doing it. You got all these other guys that are ready to get there. And fuck, John Cena came back for a while. Well, that pushed a lot of people down again. So, but even he didn't overshadow what Roman would have been had he been the champion. So you look at all that and you say, well, okay, when Roman comes back, the bottleneck is going to be different now because he won't be a champion. If he's not fighting for the championship, then what the hell are we doing? Also expected to be back around Royal Rumble / Mania time is Brock Lesnar. If Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns come back and they're not wrestling each other, well, the bottleneck just drained.
True.
I mean, because now at that point, everybody else is second tier.
True.
I'm sorry to break it to you guys, but you're not going to have Jey Uso and Gunther wrestling for the title if you got Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar on the card. That just ain't happening. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
I would agree with that. Let's talk about something else that may be unfortunately heading our way and heading our way fast.
Uh-oh.
That's the potential retirement of the phenomenal one, AJ Styles.
From what he says, it's closer than it is further.
Man, it's inevitable. I get it. Everybody can be the best professional wrestler ever walk the face of this earth, but there's one opponent that you will never defeat, and that's Father Time.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, as 45-year-old, I totally get it.
I was just getting ready to say, me and AJ are the same age, so I completely understand what he's like. Getting up in the morning, don't feel like it used to. Hell, I don't wrestle. I don't do anything near what he does, and I understand what he's saying every time he says it.
But apparently, Gunther has been able to worm his way into a situation where AJ wanted kind of the another match. Gunther declined it, but then said, okay, well, you want it. Fine. Put your career on the line.
Yeah.
We knew, AJ said last year going into 2026, that 2026 is going to be his last year wrestling. Yeah. We all of us
prefaced it when they partnered him up with Gunther, because we know what Gunther does lately, and that's retire old guys.
Retire guy. So, I mean, all right. So here's where I'm going to go. If I'm the booker, this is a perfect scenario. If I'm the booker.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm the booker, you want to retire AJ? It's Gunther. Gunther's hot. Yeah. Gunther's mean. Right. Gunther is super heel at this point. Gunther is the guy.
Yeah.
Is the Rumble the event to pull the trigger, or do you figure a way around this into a third match at potentially Elimination Chamber or a Mania match?
Mania match, 100%. So a guy like AJ
deserves the Mania send-off.
So for me, I would think he would win at the Rumble and beat Gunther. And then, of course, at that point, then Gunther now wants the rematch. But, it goes into the same conversation of, hey, AJ says, well, no, I don't want to do it. Well, then he gets into where he challenges him for his career again.
And maybe it can be career versus career.
At that point, you can do whatever, because you already know you're going with Gunther as your winner, and you already know AJ's all the way out.
Right.
At Mania, you can put whatever stakes you want on it, because it's Mania. It is the show of shows. But I would say a guy like AJ, with what he's brought to WWE for the 10 years he's been here now, he deserves his send-off at Mania.
And now that TNA is, kind of in the WWE fold, I mean, at least let him go down there and have a match before he calls.
Well, they can. I mean, at this point, they can use his library. They can use the library. They could get essentially all the AJ Styles history they want, from WCW, TNA. I'm sure New Japan wouldn't have any problem giving whatever footage they need over there for AJ to retire with. So they have access to his entire career on video to do the wonderful packages that we know they put together and all that, to send AJ out, and as truly as what he is, and that's one of the greatest.
Yeah.
He's never going to be a Roman. He's never going to be a Hulk Hogan. He's never going to be a Stone Cold. Get it? But he's still on that echelon of, like, let's say Mr. Perfect, Bret Hart, British Bulldog, where you look at some of the best workers that we've had in WWE. AJ's name is in that conversation all day long.
AJ has had more matches in the WWE than his TNA and New Japan career combined. Mm-hmm. If that tells you anything, that dude deserves a great send-off.
Exactly. Yeah, and now, I don't think you do it at the Rumble or a Saturday Night's Main Event. I feel like AJ's earned WrestleMania credit.
Now, granted, nobody's going to get to the level that John just got. Nobody's going to get to that level. But at least give him to Mania. Let's build it up. Give it. Him and Gunther are perfect together. The great match. I love everything that they do. Yeah. Every time they've been in the ring together, it's great. So I wouldn't mind seeing it go all the way to Mania and having that retirement match at Mania. If they do pull the trigger and he does retire at Rumble, it's going to be a damn shame, but I understand it. I get it.
I don't know.
I don't know when his contract expires.
Yeah.
I mean, and then if you want to look at it on the numbers aspect of it, the Rumble's all about numbers. That's their gimmick, right?
Yeah.
If you want to look at it, 10 years to the event is when he jumped up in the WWE.
He came in at a Rumble, so right. Yeah. So, no, I get the idea behind it. I just feel like if anybody's owed a WrestleMania send-off, it's him.
I just hope it ain't the brass that's making the decision.
But I definitely don't think it would be that, just because, AJ's been saying for a while now. AJ's been saying for like 3 years that he's.
But I hope it's not. I hope it's not one of those things. It's like, hey, we need a marquee match for the Rumble.
Yeah, well, yeah. I see what you mean there. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and pull the trigger, and this is going to be your retirement match. Like, I hope they're not doing that to him.
So the alternative
I wouldn't doubt it though.
There's a flip side to that too. If there's bigger plans for Gunther at Mania, then you got to do it at Rumble to get it done, because you got a bigger plan for Gunther at Mania. The problem is I don't see another plan for Gunther because of what we already talked about with the bottleneck thing.
Right.
Unless you're trying to pair Gunther with Brock Lesnar, which if you're doing that, retire AJ whenever you want. Because I'm so ready to see Gunther and Brock Lesnar that I'll sacrifice AJ's wonderful WrestleMania send-off to get that match at WrestleMania. I'll let that go.
I don't think you're going to get that at Mania.
Absolutely
You're getting that at SummerSlam since it's in Minnesota.
Yeah.
It's Brock's hometown. That's going to be his retirement.
Yeah, I was going to say that could be Brock's retirement match. So I see a lot of different
Too many damn people retire. Why ain't we retiring?
Hell, we just got started. We just hit season 4 the other day.
No, I'm not talking about this. Our day jobs. Why aren't we retiring?
Because this ain't got picked up yet. The minute WWE, AEW, whoever busted open, whoever when somebody
busted
makes
open.
the
Y'all
right
are
phone call.
Busted open. Y'all are 24/7 now on Sirius XM.
Exactly.
Y'all
you need to
some
tell me you don't
content.
got one damn hour.
You need some content.
A day, because we could do this 1 hour a day if need
Absolutely.
be. You're telling me you ain't got 1 hour a day that you need some time filled on 24/7 that you can get the Bookers Alliance over there. Because if that happens, I'll call and retire right now.
Let's talk about it.
I'm definitely ready to quit going to that work every day, but I'm ready to go to this work day in and day out. Sign me up.
So we got AJ potentially on his way out at the Rumble. Will it happen? Honestly, the fan in me, this is a perfect situation for a fan.
Yeah.
How can you miss the Rumble now at this point? Especially if you've ever liked AJ, how can you miss the Rumble?
You have to watch.
You have to watch. Yeah. It's just like me getting suckered into AEW when Brian, when Brian Danielson.
God bless you for getting sucked in for it. I left that behind.
I'm a sucker. I'm sorry.
Yep. but no, like you said, as far as the AJ retirement plan, whatever it is, sign me up for that too, because I'm ready to see it.
Yeah.
But I hope it's done the right way. I hope we don't misstep. I hope we don't try and do a crazy heel run like we did with John or whatever.
Please don't.
Just stick to the basics and let's make it done right.
You want to give me a match with AJ that's going to blow everybody out of the water, right? Give me AJ Finn Balor. Okay. Sign me up.
Okay.
Sign me up.
Honestly, I don't know if we see AJ wrestle anybody else besides Gunther. I think we're just going to get basically those 2 matches and call it, but we might get something along the way. There might be a warm-up here or there along the way that maybe we get some fun with it.
We'll see what happens, but that was our show, flying by the seat of our pants. Who needs a title?
Yeah. We'll have a title for next week. Let's start thinking about it now.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to today's show. Please reach out on our social media platforms. Drop us a line. Tell us your thoughts. Excited for Saturday night's main event. Excited for the Rumble. Excited to almost finally be on the road to WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
We getting
ready
there.
for that.
We getting there. Thank you, everybody. And with that, we bid you adieu.
Peace. Speaking of that,
today's podcast was produced by SBP. You can find our podcast on all major podcast platforms. Also, connect with us on our social media accounts. Search for The Bookers Alliance on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X.